Welcome to Living Wealthy Relationships, a New Day. This is session number 3, The Power of Your Word. So tonight we really will be having an awesome seminar, and the divas, both of them are not in the best situations for recording a webinar, and it's absolutely perfect. It is perfect. We've been all dealing with the aftermath of the hurricane here in Houston on our connectivity, internet communications, and I just am inspired by their commitment to make a difference, and we will have it work tonight. So before we kick everything off, we do have a bit of spoken word to get us in that framework. We have a piece from Pumpkin from Pluto. And I am Ronnie B., and the selection is Redemption. Check it out.
Looking back, it seems it's all a dream. I'm not just saying this for being mean. It's just my story and it's just my side. Sit back sometime, 'cause it's gonna take a while. Looking back, it seems it's all a dream. I'm not just saying this for being mean. It's just my story and it's just my side. Sit back sometime, 'cause it's gonna take a while. I can't sleep at night. I ain't thinking right. Redeem me. Because I pawned my life somehow, now ransom is due. She had it all. Reverence with no consequence, so it seemed. None of her actions seemed binding, so it seemed. Guided with no responsibility as my world fails me. Sounds like redemption. Redemption like Egyptian days. Horn, sun, warm, sand, Hebrew scorn like Moses coming down from the mountain. African slave like Hebrew, you've been warned. Sounds like redemption. Redemption like gang fights, territorial, same struggle, different bubble. Mothers huddle to comfort one another. Sounds like redemption. Redemption like mom and daddy had a fight last night. Woke up, no eyesight. Cooked breakfast like everything was all right. Sounds like redemption. Redemption like sending our boys overseas to fight. Doing it for our country, don't make it right, 'cause family still can't sleep at night. Sounds like redemption. Redemption like Papa didn't have it. You're no longer in the baby carriage. Fly, little bird, fly. Forcing you to move forward 3 weeks, no phone call. You pissed off, she pays for it. 'Cause just like mama, she gives up her mortgage, and daddy don't even know it. Sounds like redemption. I want my daughters back, white and black. Mesmerized by crack, used to be fat. PHAT, pretty hot and tempting. Sounds like redemption. Redemption like I want my innocence back. He stole it, she know it, and she always knew that. Now she's raising a stepdaughter / granddaughter. Water under the bridge, hell no, manslaughter. Sounds like redemption. Redemption like new world order. Bartering won't be enough. Slaughtering will be a must. Survival will be tough. Sounds like redemption. Redemption like persecution with no conscience. Prosecution with no haunches. He died for no one's death. Let your child go to jail for accidental death. Jesus' love put to the test. Sounds like redemption. Redemption like 10 words or less. Forgive them, Lord, for they know not what they do. If he can forgive, so can you. Sounds like redemption. Looking back, it seems it's all green. I'm not just saying this for being mean. It's just my story and it's just my side. Sit back sometime, 'cause it's gonna take a while. Looking back, it seems it's all a dream. I'm not just saying this for being mean. It's just my story and it's just my side. Sit back sometime, 'cause it's gonna take a while. Redemption.
All right. Snap, snap. Redemption. Tonight's session number 3. The occurring world. The power of your word. Partnership keys to success. The divine mind prosperity blaster. Now, ordinarily, I would be turning this over to Diva Nikki, and she is dealing with some connectivity issues. So you get to enjoy my presentation, and believe me, we have Diva Nikki. Now, thank you again for joining us tonight for session number 3 of Living Wealthy Relationships, A New Day. I am Ronnie B. I am leading this course with Diva Nikki. How you be, Diva Nikki?
I'll be absolutely wonderful. How are you? How you be, Ronnie B?
Oh, I am excited. And we could not do this without Diva Nikia. How you be, Diva Nikia? Well, we have Diva Nikia in stealth mode, so we're working the technology. But living wealthy is for having the prosperous life you desire, the passion you dream of, the spirit of goodwill and love in all your interactions with others, being free to express yourself, giving yourself fully to all of life. Now, I'm going to say that again. Living wealthy is for having the prosperous life you desire, the passion you dream of, the spirit of goodwill and love in all your interactions with others, being free to express yourself, giving yourself fully to all of life. Now, we want to thank you for your prayers and support as we recover from Harvey, and our prayers go out for those dealing with Irma. As of this recording, Irma was just hitting Florida, so our prayers are definitely with them. And Diva, Nick, anything you'd like to say or share?
Yes, I would like to just thank everyone for your continued support and to say to keep everyone in your prayers. You know, I think at this time with so much destruction and interruption going on in the world in various parts, that we need to be sure to be contributors to each other's peace, to each other's positivity and encouragement versus someone's distress. So be sure to, as much as possible, to be someone of support, positive energy and good vibes and good words.
Thank you. Be someone of support with positivity, whatever way that looks for you. Thank you. Diva Nikia, do we have you available?
Yes, sir. So
anything you'd like to share with the folks?
Absolutely. In going through this experience, I've had an opportunity to embrace so many different people at so many different levels. And it's amazing of how God is able to wash all of the trouble and the filth and the dissension away to bring everyone back into alignment and unify for one purpose, one goal, and one cause. And I want to encourage everyone to continue to move forward on a positive front, continue to lift one another up, support each other, and simply touch base with each other periodically, because the physical will go away. What the eye see is going to be replaced. The tangibles will be replaced. It's not going to be the original item, but something new will now be in the place of what was once old, once memorable, the memories and everything that was attached to it. So understand there is a mental and emotional challenge that so many people are facing and so many people will face. And you can't look at a person and see it. You can't look at a person and know it. You can't hear it in their voice. But just be aware. And if you do nothing else, stand and pray for one another. Stand in agreement together. And let's do what we can to encourage one another and stay uplifted and recover from this Harvey experience. Much love and blessings from the Empress of Faith to everyone, from my family to yours.
Oh, I love that. I love that. But there is something I do want to put in with what you said, and it's really like the nature, I'll say, the soul of our conversation. And if you are being actually authentically present to another person, you will hear it in their voice, because you will be present to their being. And when you're able to be connected, where you're present to the actual person and not the words that are coming out their mouth, you can hear what's really there for them. So, and with that, that's just, I mean, this, and that is not the truth. Okay, some of you are going, wow, that's the truth. No, this is not the truth. This is the context of the conversation that we're having. Okay, and it's perfect. Let's review the occurring world of having. Diva Nakia, you want some having? Yeah, you want some having. Diva Nikki, do you want some having?
I absolutely want some having. Sign me up for having.
That's some having, boy. Diva Nakia, you deserve some having, okay? You are important enough to have, all right? Okay, the occurring world of having. What do you hear when we say having? What do you hear when we say occurring world of having? Take a moment, get present. What is there for you? What do you hear? The occurring world of having. The occurring world is the combination of conversations we have about the physical or real world, giving us our experience of life or how we are living life. The occurring world is the combination of conversations we have about the physical or real world, giving us our experience of life or how we are living life. Now, what do you hear when we say having? When we say the occurring world of having? Take a moment, get present. What is there for you? What do you hear? Just take a moment. Take a moment. What's present for you having? You may be present to what you don't have. Consider that what you don't have is exactly what you have. That's the truth. Now, whatever you are present to from this inquiry, do not make anything bad or wrong or something that needs to be fixed. And I get that some of you, the fact that I said don't do that, that's where you're going. Okay, cut it out. This is an advanced seminar. And for those of you who this is the first time in a Prosperous Divas workshop or seminar, you're in the flow. You're in the right place. So you cut it out also. Simply allow it to be. Simply allow it to be. Now, the occurring world is the context or framework from which we experience our life It empowers our experience of having or disempowers our experience of having. Remember, we are not speaking from the truth, the truth, truth. We are not speaking from the truth. We are not. I promise you, Diva Nikki, are we speaking from the truth?
We are not, people. I repeat, and I am the Empress of Faith, so, hey, I'm not speaking from the truth. Only God knows the truth. We are not speaking from the truth.
Yeah. Now, Empress of Faith, now, she can take you to places where they will, where y'all get together and work on that, but we're just not doing it. We're just saying try it on as part of the inquiry and see what's available that makes a difference. Now, we're going to try on the Diva's context for having. There's something that, if you never heard this, if you get nothing else out of this entire session, get this one thing. The context is decisive. Whatever you do in life, whatever you're up to, wherever you want to move forward and grow, the context is decisive. Now, the Diva's context for having. Having is the manifestations of one's word in the physical and spiritual worlds. Your word, your conversations create the occurring world that manifests the life you experience and results produced in the physical world. Your word, your conversations create the occurring world that manifests the life you experience and results produced in the physical world. Be with that for a minute. Your word, your conversations. Is anyone wondering why they are struggling in some areas that are important to them and doing great in others? Because, if you look at how your life is, I know I look at what I'm doing, and there are areas that I do not need any additional coaching, training, but I'm blowing, out there I can teach others. But then there's some other areas that no matter how hard I work at them, I'm struggling. Now, the areas you're doing great are the areas you consistently have conversations that empower those areas. They are ingrained, automatic. It's what we would call a great habit. Now, Diva Nikki, who I envy Diva Nikki because she has this really great habit. She schedules her time. Her time is valuable. She uses that to empower her day so that she can do the things she wants to do. And I'm just like, God, because everything is like, I'm a free bird, I'm a rebel. How can I, that, that would be the man, putting control on a brother, And but she's so powerful with that, and she gets so much done. And for her, that's just a habit. It's not. She does not have to think about it. She does not have to. It's so ingrained. It's the what occurs for her. Oh, you're not scheduled. It's like, huh? Okay. And she goes on. Now, the areas that persist as problems, keyword persist, as problems, or you struggle to produce the results you desire, are areas knowingly or unknowingly you consistently create issues to disempower yourself from having what you desire. If there's an area that persists as a problem or you are struggling with to produce the results you desire, either knowingly or unknowingly, you create issues to disempower yourself from having what you desire. Now, people will say, well, hey, I got problems. Yeah, you got problems. Oftentimes there's solutions and you don't want to take them. You got a reason not to take that solution. And because you're getting more juice out of keeping the problem going. So, again, this is it. Now, a lot of you, we have some smart rats in the course who are sitting up there going, oh, yeah, see, that's when they talk about that, those complaints that keep persisting and stuff like that. Well, you're right. And you don't have to have had that course to get this. If you've been complaining about something and you have no power, that's contrary to who you are. Because you are a divine being with access to divine power from a divine creator. There is no thing that you cannot produce. No thing. We did an exercise where we created our romantic fantasy, of our, like our perfect romantic fantasy and that person and all of that. But the thing about that exercise is we think it's a fantasy. No, that's what you want. We've convinced ourselves that the truth is we don't want that. Yes, we do. We want that. Now, it might not look like a television or a movie image, but that's what we want. If you want a hero, you want a hero. Now, hero may not show up like some guy on a rope shooting down people going through a flame, but the hero might be the guy who, no, baby, I got this. No. They deal with me if it's going to be like that. Might be that kind of hero. But that's what we want. But we tell ourselves that that's the fantasy is we want less than what we really want. Oh, how inauthentic is that? Okay, and like I said, we're talking about having had that fantasy. Now, okay, I don't know. See, this is why they let Diva Nikki present this stuff, so that things don't get sidetracked. They have order. See, she has order and discipline. Her and Diva Nikki, they are rough. I'm going to tell you something. Diva Nikki's scary over there. Scaring folks. Wow. All right, we have a little exercise, and it's the having exercise. Now we have. Now this exercise is intended to empower you in generating the presence of having, because most of you have convinced yourself to not be present to having. There's what you need, what you should, but not having. So create the following categories: relationships, health, spiritual wealth. Under each category, answer this question. What do I desire that I do not have, or is not at the level of fulfillment I seek? So you might be in a great relationship in your marriage. It's great. That's great. You love each other, but there's a level of fulfillment that you really want the relationship to be at. And you may have no clue like what that would look like, but you want it and you know it, but it's not there. Or you might have a desire to be in a relationship, one that's fulfilling on that fantasy, and you're like, wow, what is happening? Now, next to each item, write 3 conversations or actions you take that consistently keep the results you desire in that area from being fulfilled. Okay? I want to be in a romantic relationship with a hero. Well, here, they don't have heroes anymore. How much movement you going to have in that direction? All right, let me give you an example. We're going to work on wealth, okay? Now, remember, next to each item, write 3 conversations or actions you take that consistently keep the results you desire in that area from being fulfilled. So let's look at wealth, okay? The desire to be a multi-millionaire. Hey, Diva Nikia, sound like a good thing?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Diva Nikki, to be a multimillionaire, sound like a good desire?
I'm here.
Yeah, hey. Now, let's see. Conversations. I know I could be a multimillionaire. I just need to find the right thing, maybe real estate. Okay? Maybe real estate. Problem, I never do the work to find the right thing, or I don't like what I find. Diva Nikki, anybody resemble that you ran into in your encounters?
It's funny that you should say that because I was having this conversation with myself and with someone else earlier on yesterday, and with someone else yesterday, and with myself earlier today. And I can say that is absolutely true. Like, I see people and talk to people on comment, they want this, they want that, and yet, even with asking me for information, and I'll go and get information for them, and they never apply it.
Oh.
They never use it. And yes, they still say, but this is something that I want. But if you say that you want something and you don't seek the information, and when someone gives it to you, you don't utilize it, then, and so you keep getting the opposite of what you say you want.
Now I'll just say that now Diva Nikki, because they trained her to be like nice diva. I work with old Grumpy and radio and all of that, so I love how she said that. I'll put it like this: my grandmother used to say, "People can have their mouths speak anything." Okay, and what happens is you think, and I'm saying I'm including me, we think the person really wants what they're saying. No, the person is saying what they think should be said to survive the conversation. Now, we're going to, in another segment, we're going to talk about your strategy. We're going to talk about our strategies. It's all a strategy. All a strategy. All a strategy to look good, to survive the conversation. When that is no way, because there is one thing, and we all know it. Whatever we want, whatever we really want, we get. You notice how that happens?
Yeah.
We don't care about how long it takes or whatever. Whatever we really want, we get. And if we really put a time limit on it, we start seeing if we really want it.
Right.
Or that was just a conversation from the past. From the past that we need to put in the past so we can focus on the conversations we have for our future. Okay? So, now, okay, desire to be a multimillionaire. Boom. Okay, another conversation. I could be a multimillionaire from flipping houses, but I don't have the money right now. Okay? The problem, I never have the money. I create an issue about what I don't have instead of creating a solution. Diva Nikia?
I agree.
Anything you've seen with that one?
Can you say that again to make sure I'm clear?
Okay, I could be a multimillionaire from flipping houses, but I don't have the money right now.
Yeah.
Problem, I never have the money. Never, never, never had the money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the reality, I create an issue about what I don't have instead of creating a solution.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, because I wanted to make sure that I was clear. So, yes, I do see a problem with that because I've already stopped myself. I've already negated any possibility of me creating opportunities for me to become a millionaire. So before, I've already talked myself out of it, basically. I've already defeated myself mentally before I created a plan, a strategy, wrote down ideas, brainstormed, or even talked to anybody about it and said, what do you think? How could I do this? Give me ideas, suggestions. But I've already talked myself out of it, so no action was taken. So I will be a millionaire because I've already deemed myself unable to become one. And that's not the millionaire mindset.
Now, in your experience, have you ran into anyone that you're just looking at them and that's it?
Can I look in a mirror and say that would be me?
She's being nice. She's being nice. She's a nice diva too. Now here's the part, okay? Is that, and it's really great. Diva Nikki was saying how she would go out her way to get, whatever would be needed so that the person could actually be informed, see if it works for them, and but it's like here it is, and they don't even look at it.
And that's yes, absolutely, yes. In consulting and referring people and equipping people, that is what is so cool. And then there's a shift of blame. It's not my fault that I'm not successful and I didn't become a millionaire. It's your fault because you didn't do it. And you didn't make it easy enough for me. You lead them to the water, but you can't make them drink. And no matter how many, you can put the water up to the mouth, to the horse's mouth, and his tongue out of his mouth. You don't drink. But that is my fault. That is a problem. I know you need to work with you because you don't get it.
And if I may interject, using myself as an example.
Must, please.
Taking the same scenario, using real estate as a matter of fact. I went to a real estate investing event a few years ago, and I knew I wanted to get involved in real estate investment. And at the time, my financial resources were not enough for me to make that happen, for it to happen for me at that time, right? But I went to the people giving the course, and I said, first of all, before I even knew that they were going to make an offer, on my way home that evening before the next day, I asked the question, how can I? And then I went back to them the next day with, how can I? Because to not was not an option. And what I found by me saying, how can I, instead of saying, I can't, some other programs were available for me that I was able to take action with, that was within my resources. And then what was not within my resources, I kept asking the question and taking action, how can I? To where today I actually have an investment company and an investment coach today. From years ago saying, how can I, instead of I can't.
And something I really love that you shared that. Here's the thing. People think that preparation, that they'll be prepared when all the stars line up right. as opposed to working on being prepared for whatever the opportunity looks like. So, hey, I don't have the money right now to get into the real estate the way that I want to. Okay, well, you don't, but does that stop you from getting into the real estate? You know, maybe you have to say, well, look, you know what, I can't make a complete deal, but I'm trying to learn it, and you've been doing it for a while. I got a couple of thousand. You know, I'm not trying to make, but I want to learn the process. Well, for me, it would be worth that. But see, you would be actually looking for a solution. That's the key thing. Seek and ye shall find. But if you're not seeking, you ain't finding.
And there's the truth.
Right. I could be a multimillionaire, but it will have to wait until I can get the time. I'm just swamped. Now, the problem, I never have the time, and I will not do what it takes to create time or look at where I am spending my time. Now, that is one of the if anything is going to kill the deal, it's I don't have enough time. You have the amount of time everyone else on the planet has. You really do. You're not getting extra, you're not getting any less. You're getting exactly the same amount of time as everyone else. Now, some people who are disciplined, which is a good word, like Diva Nikki, they schedule their time so that they do have the time to do the work to build a multi-million dollar enterprise. See, and she got things to do, life to live, relationships, family, meetings, all that stuff. She got time to do it all because she's responsible about the time, and she ain't lying. Now, I know that's a strong word, but there's this thing. Have you ever heard this comment, to thine own self be true? Because if you're not being true to your own self, then you are lying. And guess who you lying to? Yourself. You are doing things that you should not be doing. And it's all because of things that happened when you were a kid and you develop strategies. Now, just to be clear, we're not recommending people start flipping houses. You can substitute opening a business, part-time work, trading, networking, whatever you say is a channel for you to create more wealth. Okay? So, just to be clear, we're not recommending do this or do that. We just pick the area of wealth. What do I desire that I do not have or is not at the level of fulfillment I seek? 3 conversations or actions you take that consistently keep the results you desire in that area from being fulfilled. Now, guess what? Here's the other part. I'm going to clarify. Or it can be 3 actions you don't take or 3 conversations you don't have that keep that desire from being fulfilled. Now, for this session, focus on wealth. Be present to what you wrote. Note if there are any persistent complaints or a listening about having wealth from past conversations, even the recent past. See, some of us had great conversations, and then all of a sudden we started making wealth wrong. And we might have took on a political view. Now, because of this political view, it's impacting how you're looking at wealth. But is it what you want, or is the view now running the show? Now, we're going to give you a couple of minutes to work on your list while we share some comments. Diva Nikki, Diva Nakia, I got a couple of comments. Are you glad that I'm going to share?
Yes, please.
All right, and now let me let's have a drink of water. One moment. Benefits of having a mute button. You can, people don't have to hear you gurgle water. All right. We have Gloria from Melbourne. And Gloria says, Diva Nikki, I love your workshops. You are working on the mental and spiritual aspects of prosperity. I am not a religious person. I appreciate your inclusion of spirit without making it about a religious belief. You shared how one of your strategies in relationships is to wait until your partner says, I love you. Sort of like hedging your bet before you commit. I fell on the floor laughing and crying. I do the same thing to my husband. Of 25 years. How crazy is that? I see it's a way of protecting my feelings. Given we have been together 25 years, they don't need protection.
Right.
I shared this epiphany with my husband, and we both burst into tears, laughed, and hugged each other. Thank you. We had the best sex in years. Well, Diva Nikki, I think you get to comment on that one. I ain't touching it.
First of all, I just want to thank Gloria for sharing that. And in essence, for myself, even though I'm not married, and we talk about protecting feelings, even at this point in my life, as I'm 47 years old, I consider myself to be a mature woman, and have some wisdom. So even at this point in my life, for me, it's not even at this point about protecting my feelings. It's more or less about allowing people to be where they are in their truth, and me being okay with being where I am in my truth, and not putting pressure on anyone, and also not being in denial. So if I have feelings that I feel like should be expressed, because sometimes feelings are like it, especially for a woman. We can have things that we keep inside of us, and they can be happy feelings or they can be unhappy feelings. But after a while, it's like, I gotta say something. I gotta do something, And so I will say, this is how I feel, and let me be where I'm at and how I feel. And don't you feel like, and don't do anything. Don't try to, whether it's good or bad, happy or unhappy, don't try to fix it. Let me be present to who and where I am. Because that's my reality. My reality is not necessarily your reality in the presence of being. In the case of just being.
That was good.
Okay. But I also want to give this shameless plug. Gloria, go to citybaby.com /Personal Spirit and download my intimate track called Joyride. And I hope that you and your husband have a pleasurable ride of intimacy and your expression of love. Okay, shameless plug with no shame.
All right, sometimes the divas get away with a shameless plug, but hey, like I said, I wasn't touching it. We have one more, Milton from Omaha. And Milton says, thanks, divas. My wife and I own a dry cleaner. For years, we have wanted to branch out and open a new location. Listening to the seminar, it hit us like a ton of bricks. We thought we had been talking about opening a new branch when we really had been talking about why we can't open a new location. Duh.
Wow.
Duh. Spoke with the bank. They said we had more than enough credit to get a loan if needed. And 3 business associates said they would like to invest. This is good stuff.
Congratulations.
This is good stuff. Keep it coming. But, it's so, I can, there's always this part of me that has it that people will hear about the conversation we're having, the work that we're doing, and they'll think that it's like airy fairy pie in the sky. Because what you really got to do, is, this by the book number kind of whatever, and all that. And not discounting that, but oftentimes we know a whole lot of stuff. That's not the issue. Knowledge is not the issue. The issue is, what is it that's in the way of me taking that knowledge and making it beneficial to myself or someone else? Now, we can tell many of you are excited about what you're discovering, and others are in a different space. Regardless of where you are in the conversation, there's nothing wrong. You are not wrong. Allow yourself to be exactly where you are. It is perfect. Now, our next inquiry is about the occurring world of doing and being. All right. What do you hear? What are you present to when we say the occurring world of doing? Are you present to work or obligation? Are you present to fun or recreation? Hey, we're going to do some fun, some rec. Are you present to should or shouldn't, guilt, shame, or blame? Are you present to wants or desires? Wow, it'd be great if I could be doing. Lack. How about FUD? Fear, uncertainty, doubt. Whatever you are present to or hear is perfect. Now, let's check the definition. Well, actually, we're not going to check the definition. We're going to just go straight into the Divas context for doing. Now, I love this. The actions and efforts consistent with producing and manifesting results from the conversations we have for our occurring world. The work that happens or does not happen because of our words and the conversations we create. Now, if you've done any of our previous courses, if this is your first time, the context again for all our work is the power of your word. But you say, let there be light. Notice it didn't say be light. It said there was the let there be. The word said be. There was light. Now, the actions and efforts consistent with producing and manifesting results from the conversations we have for our occurring world. The work that happens or does not happen because of our word and the conversations we create. Now, it's really great, the couple who wrote in. Here it is. We want to expand. We're having conversations for not expanding, thinking we're having conversations about, no, we're not. And boom, well, let me talk to the bank. Let me have these conversations. Consider this, whatever you are doing is a function of your word. If you are working on things you do not desire, what are the conversations that have you stuck? Yeah, you got a conversation that has you stuck. More importantly, what are the conversations that keep you from taking the action, doing the work? Now look at your list of desires, ask these questions. Is this something I truly desire? Or is it something I think I should have or I am some way obligated to be? Is this just an old obligation or something that's a should? Is this a desire I'm truly willing to do the work? Now, the big clue is if you're not doing the work, you're probably not willing to do the work. Do my conversations and results say something else? Yep. Your actions will betray you. Yeah, I want to be a multimillionaire. Yeah. It's easy, and no matter how easy it's made, you wouldn't do that work. You know, there are so many ways to build wealth that you would love if that's what you want to do. Now, is there a bigger desire you can create which fulfilled would resolve or empower unfulfilled desires? You know, sometimes you may be someone who, if it's about you, you can just kick back and watch the football game and grill some hot dogs. But if it's for children, you get up off that couch. If it's for children, if it's for your parents, your church, your synagogue, your mosque, if it's for your community, if it's something that's bigger than just you, that may be it. It may be, little man, I don't want to do all that. Well, maybe there's a course that you want to create. Yeah, you might want to create a course that shares what you've learned and get paid for it and build wealth that way. And that would be big because it would be different. Now, we're going to move on, and you should continue the inquiry after the session. Now, the occurring world of being. Oh, man. What do you hear? What are you present to when we say the occurring world of being? Now, simply get present to being. Close your eyes. Go ahead, close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Deep breath. And slowly exhale. One more time, take a deep breath. A deep, nice. Feel those lungs. Get that love in you. Get that prosperity, that wealth, that all that good come in. Now slowly exhale it. Just let it flow back into, keep the cycle, build the cycle. Now keep your eyes closed and get present to being. Simply being. Just get present to that. You being. Ignore any distractions. They're just there. Just let them be. And you get present to simply being. Notice what you notice. Notice if old thoughts comes up. Conversations. People, events. Just notice what you notice. Allow yourself to be present to yourself. You know, it's been a long time since you just let yourself be yourself and be present to you, that magnificent, divine, glorious being with all that you have and all those persistent complaints and all that love. Now, please open your eyes, stretch, taking a good solid breath. A definition of being, present particle of be, existence. The railroad brought our town into existence. The nature or essence of a person. Sometimes one aspect of our being has been developed at the expense of the others. A real or imaginary living creature, especially an intelligent one. Alien beings. I believe in alien beings. Okay. The Diva's context for being. Our behavior as manifested in the physical or spiritual worlds from accessing the power found in our word. Wow. Our behavior as manifested in the physical or spiritual worlds from accessing the power found in our word. Wow. Wow. Can't say it enough. When I say it, it hits me. The power found in our word. And what's immediately there for me is like terror. I'm like terrified Because it's like, oh my God, I want to make myself so wrong. Like, wow, you had this power of your word, and what am I doing? I ain't got to. Well, I'm having these conversations, giving that power instead of, and it's like, wow. And the terror is like a kid on a big roller coaster, and you know what, you really did get on this ride. You didn't get on that you didn't get on the do. No, you took your butt up there on that big old ride. And that's for real. When you are pursuing your desires, fulfilling your dreams, if it does not occur like a roller coaster, you have confused yourself. You think that you're having conversations for, and all you're doing is talking about. So that is what I'm going to share. Now, our power to have is based in what actions we take and our behaviors, which sounds simple. If I do the right things, I will have what I desire, and then I will be fulfilled. Do, have, be. Do the right things, have what you desire, you'll be a multimillionaire. What if we got it wrong? And while our approach has generated success in some areas, maybe even great results, it is still lacking in areas important to you. Now, here's the good news. Let's try this on. If I am being fulfilled, I will take the actions consistent with someone who is fulfilled and do that work and have my desires manifested in the spiritual and physical worlds. Be, do, have. Being a multimillionaire. Whatever behaviors that multimillionaires display, those are the behaviors I will work on, develop, grow. And I'll be doing the actions that are consistent with someone whose behaviors are those that are consistent with being a multimillionaire. And I will have the results in the spiritual and physical world of someone who is being a multimillionaire, who does the work consistent with who they say they are and produces that results. Be, do, have. When you're being successful, you naturally do the things successful people do. You schedule your time like Diva Nikki. And you have the results successful people have. When you are being healthy, you naturally do the things healthy people do, and you have a healthy lifestyle. That's just how it works. Being always starts with your word and your choice to have conversations that empower who you are being, which creates an occurring world that fulfills your desires. Now, we went a little bit long, and I'm going to see if we can just get a couple of quick insights. Diva Nikki, a quick insight before we go to break.
You said Nikki or Nikki?
Diva Nikki.
A quick insight before we go to break?
Yep.
Okay. So quick insight is that whatever you're presently in being, it's just that. It's not trying to make it be anything that you think it should be or what you think others want you to be. It's just whenever you close your eyes, whatever you were present to, whatever that was, whether it was peace, whether it was love, whether it was frustration, whatever it was, it's power in that being. And then in your words and the power of our words, there is, where did I begin with that? You can either be speaking life or death to your situation, to your dreams, to your desires, to your goals, everything, to your environment. And it's not just the words that you speak, but it's the words that you also allow to be spoken to you and around you and inside.
That was great, Diva Nakia. Anything you'd like to add or any insight, quick or long?
Not really at this time. I think with me, it's awesome. Just walk into your being and see yourself for the possibility. See yourself for what it is that you want yourself to be, and don't talk yourself out of it. Because I was reflecting quite a bit when going through the work and understanding some things with myself and making investing my time, being more accommodating to myself for those things that I have a passion for and interest for versus working my life around everything else. I need to work everything around my life. So I've got that.
Wow.
Shared with me, and I thank you all for that because that made a significant impact in my life.
Well, we will continue the conversation on the other side of the break. With partnership keys to success, the time is 6:03 and 1 second. Okay. Oh, the time is 6:04. Please return in 6 minutes at 6:10 and enjoy the selection.
Feel great. The news is troubling. The weather is unpleasant. People are rude and uncooperative. Even so, especially so, feel great about today. Feel great that you can be a beacon of hope, of encouragement, of competence to a world that badly needs it. Feel great about the opportunity you have to make a positive difference. Feel great that the value of your life does not depend on random circumstance. Feel great because you can decide to do so. Feel great about what you can get done right now. Feel great as you experience yourself doing it. Feel great and do all you can to make your great feeling highly contagious. Feel great and be pleasantly surprised at how many other positive people you encounter. Feel great and let the positive energy flow into every action you take. Feel great and discover how much your positive feeling can improve the world around you.
Georgia, the whole day through, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Georgia, Georgia, a song of you, that's sweet and clear as moonlight through the pine. Other arms reach out to me, other eyes smile tenderly. Dreams I see, the road leads back to Georgia, sweet Georgia. No peace I find, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Other arms reach out. Other eyes smile tenderly. Peaceful dreams I see. Oh, the road leads back to me. Whoa, Georgia, sweet Georgia. No peace I find. No sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Yeah. Just enough song keeps Georgia on my mind.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We will be starting back up in about 15 seconds. And this is part 2 of tonight's session of Living Wealthy Relationships, a New Day. And welcome back. Segment number 2, Partnership, the Keys to Success. All right. Now, we're going to review the conversation matrix. If you're just joining us at this session, this has really been a great conversation because we're looking at what we call strategies. But let me get into it. There are 3 fundamental strategies we as individuals create to deal with challenges, changes, or overcoming a failure. And you can include that a perceived disappointment. If we think we're going to be disappointed, that would be like a failure. Now, these strategies are powerful and provide us a way to win or compensate for failure to be. Sounds like a good thing, right? A strategy to handle that. We use those strategies because at some point in the past, they worked, and we did not have to deal or be with the experience or feeling that made us uncomfortable, the failure to be. I don't want to feel that way. Oh, I will never. So something to make, I'll drink, whatever. Now, what if those strategies have become bankrupt and you don't recognize it, and now they are wreaking havoc with creating partnerships, teams, relationships? What if no matter what new strategies you think you are creating, they fundamentally devolve into those 3 bankrupt strategies? You know, if you're someone that finds yourself explaining a lot, that's a strategy. Right. And that's a strategy. If you find yourself explaining yourself, justifying what your actions are, that's a strategy. Now, we call these 3 strategies the conversation matrix. The manifestation of these bankrupt strategies live in the conversations and actions we have with others when we feel threatened, have concerns. There is FUD, fear, uncertainty, doubt. Each strategy is created during certain ages. Okay? Now, the first strategy happens around approximately 4 to 8 years old when you develop some language. Something happened in your child's mind. Hey, something's wrong here. And it shouldn't be that way. And whatever happened, you weren't enough. So, I'll be, I will be, I want to. You created a strategy to compensate for that. Okay, but no matter how much you compensate, it's still there. It's just like you pull on one end and the other end just gets and you go the other way. The second strategy, around 9 to 14, something happened. Something's wrong here. And what's wrong is you don't fit in. Usually happens right as you're going around in the high school. You know, you're trying to meet new people, new environment, and I don't fit in. Third strategy, around 15 to 21, something happened, something's wrong here, and you get, I'm on my own. Mama can't help me, friends, whatever, I'm on my own. I'll be, I will be, I won't, I will do, I won't do. Now, my third strategy happened when I was around, around 15. And I wanted to take a young lady out to a movie, and my father wouldn't give me the money. And it was like, whoa, something wrong here. You know, I've been a good kid. I'm not getting in trouble. You know, and I used to kind of like hustle stuff to have a little money. And it was like, man, you know, you wouldn't get. And I was totally embarrassed because I had worked up my nerve to ask this young lady out. And now, I was just like, oh, man, and he wouldn't give me the money. Well, at that moment, I was on my own. I said, you know what? I'm on my own. I see that for me to have what I want, I'm on my own. And what I did was I went and got a job. Now, remember, I'm 15. I went and got it. But see, I didn't get, now most kids, you know what they do? They get a job, you know, newspaper or working a clerk at a store. No, I went downtown Chicago and got a job at a bank. You know why I got a job at a bank, Diva Nikki?
Why?
Because that's where the money was, right? Where is money at? In the bank. So I'm gonna make sure that don't happen again. I'm gonna be at the bank where the money is. Now,
that is too funny.
Now, it's amazing. I go and I apply for this job, not just an ordinary job, but you know, not to make everything long, but it's a job as a computer operator. Now, remember, I'm 15 years old. I'm applying for a job as a computer operator. Back then, they had those, so I'm giving away some of my age. I'm old. I am older than Diva Nikki, but I'm still kind of cute. But hey, thank you, baby, thank you. But computer operator was a big deal, and I saw this ad at the student union at a college that I was taking some little courses, and it said they needed somebody to work nights. Well, I needed a job, and now the child labor laws at that time, you could not hire anyone that was under 16, except there was a little exception that if they were like 15, you could give them like a little part-time work. I worked 40 hours a week. Because it was all out of I'm on my own. Now, can you imagine a 15-year-old kid making adult money in high school legally? Now, today I probably would not have allowed my child to do that, but my parents did, you know, and they did. They, you know, hey, but it was all out of I'm on my own, and that was just never. I never wanted that feeling again. I did not want that feeling of embarrassment ever again. Now. Now, you may go, okay, well, what was my strategy? My strategy is I will work. I will outwork you. I will outwork you. That is, no, it's not a smart thing. I just, you know, I use the skill I had, but I will outwork you. I will show you. I will outwork you. I will work 10 times harder than anybody here, and I'll produce 10 times more. I will outwork you. So, hey, now, that doesn't always work. You know, like it could bring on a whole bunch of unnecessary stress. It could have me doing things I don't need to do. So now I'm spending my energy on that instead of time with people I love. Working on building a relationship. Doing things that are forwarding my desires. So, now I'll say that, I've done some work and I get to recognize that. But I'll walk into a situation, it's immediate. I want to do way more than what's needed or what's been requested. Way more. So a challenge for me is, because that strategy is so automatic, is to make sure I give people what they ask for. Now, I will have a tendency to add, but now I'm like cognizant and go, whoa, slow down. Okay, stop it. And and we'll get to this. There are structures to keep me from going overboard. Now, these strategies form your conversation matrix. All conversations for partnership, results, team go through the matrix and determines the conversations that will have you win against something that ain't there. The problem, the conversations generated by the conversation matrix are based on the past. Hey, my father wouldn't give me the money to take Sally Lou out. I was embarrassed. I went out and got a job, worked my pants off so that, oh God, if I need one to take, I could take grown women out. I had it like that. That was never ever going to be an issue for me again. But I done found myself working jobs where I done worked 40 hours, 80 hours, putting in 100 hours, 10, like whoa. And not out of this is what I need to do, all to make up for I didn't have enough money to take Sally out. Now, we are, let's see, the team and I are going to share any insights or breakthroughs we've had with the conversation matrix, our strategies. But first, I have a share from a participant. Okay, Diva Nikki, Diva Nakia, Margaret from Portland, Oregon, Divas, and Ronnie B. First, I want to thank you for the great work you are doing sharing this conversation. It has made a big impact in my business and relationships. I am a certified financial advisor with a major company, and I never shared with anyone that I was listening to your Diva Thoughts and workshops. To be honest, I was concerned what my fellow advisors would think. One day I'm in my office waiting for a meeting with a prospective client, a husband and wife. I am playing the Diva Thought about generosity when they come in the office. I asked them to just give me a second to finish listening. Once it's finished, the wife says to her husband, "That was great. I see why she is different. I told you she has the right spirit. I like what you were listening to. Are you allowed to share it?" I was blown away. I had been skeptical of sharing this stuff because of my fears. It would make me seem unprofessional, or I was doing something inappropriate, airy-fairy, la-la land. I started sharing the Diva Thoughts in my office. I was delighted how everyone, including the office manager, loved the content and wanted a link. 3 months ago, I started sharing the Diva Thoughts in webinars with all my clients and prospects. My sales volume has increased 300% with less work and more peace of mind. Thank you, Divas. Love you, Ronnie B. Oh,
that was nice.
Oh,
That was awesome.
Shared, very encouraging.
Yes, that was beautiful.
Oh man. Well, and just a brief share. One of the I worked with a financial advisor who actually was on many of our shows and programs. and he was literally terrified that someone from his agency would find out that he was recording the shows. And because in one way, for him, it was like, hey, if they hear me, talking about this kind of stuff, I'm not doing the business of a financial advisor. And what I get out of Margaret's sharing is that she got that it's not about being a financial advisor. It's about being there for people. And you can't, and if you're being there for people, naturally, they'll want to do business with you. Like they said, she got the right spirit. So you can have all the spreadsheets and all the portfolios and charts and all of that. People want to make an authentic connection. All right, your assignment from last session was to inquire into your first strategy. Where is this strategy automatic in my life and conversations? When I want to express power and confidence, is this strategy a barrier? No, hedge your bet. Don't do that. Just give them a little bit, not 100%. Does this strategy get in the way of me asking for what I want or expressing myself clearly? If you've been able to determine all three strategies that make up your conversation matrix, great. If you're struggling, consider these questions. All right, we're going to help you out here. When the going gets tough, what is my conversation? What actions do I take or not take? What do people close to me say I do or ways I behave when dealing with difficult circumstances? Now, I am going to recommend that if you're in a committed relationship, ask your committed partner, ask them that question. And don't beat them up or make them wrong for the answer. But check in. We don't check in enough. Check in. Now, what is something I say or do automatically if I perceive I will not like something? So, and what this is about avoiding disappointment. Now, continue to work on the conversations matrix during the week, asking yourself, where has the automatic nature of this strategy cost me the fulfillment of my desires? In our final segment, we are joined by Nakia Franklin for the Divine Mind Prosperity Blaster. The time is 6:26. We're taking a 5-minute break. Please return at 6:31.
Day you have. This is the day you have. This is the circumstance you're in. So be good with it. Be good to it and create new goodness from it all. Don't overthink it or worry it into oblivion. Live it gratefully, graciously, with a commitment to give it your best. Recall a particularly joyful time you know. Feel that joy as it glows in your memory and let it radiate freely into the here and now. Inspire and encourage yourself to act with positive purpose and the highest standards. But don't beat yourself up if you fall a little short. This is the day you have, and you can fill it with the unique substance that is your life. Feel good about your prospects. Then justify that positive feeling with the things you actually do. Make life good all over again by the way you choose to see it and to live it. This is the day you have, and your chance to amaze yourself with all the great things you can do.
I'm not afraid for all the world. that you mean everything to me. I can hold these feelings up inside. There's no need to run and hide when you're making love easy. Making love easy. It doesn't always have to.
I wish you luck with your project. You're not working so diligently. For school,
Where we met, right then and there, I knew
like a vision board kind of. I am a big fan of vision boards. Yes. Hi, Sky. You know what that is? How do you go? 21? 1921? You know what? Doing this kind of stuff now, I can tell you, my personal testimony is that just by setting things up and taking the kind of action that you see, that you notice, even if you don't know all the answers, just doing the action that you notice will bring you the results that you're looking for. Even if you have to be diverted, right? Keeping your focus on the end result and taking the action that you notice in the then moment and asking, how can I? Versus saying what I can't do. The universe and God will bring the results to you. Alright? You're welcome. You too.
Okay, all right. This is Ronnie B. You are at session number 3, Living Wealthy, Relationships a New Day, and it is time for the Divine Mind Prosperity Blaster. Diva Nakia?
I am present. Can you hear me clearly?
I need something for my mind.
Ooh, I got something for your mind. And I like the music. Hey. And I just want to make a quick note that Nikki just gave some very, 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 very well-deserved advice to someone that she was sharing with. So while I was making love easy, I was in tune to what Nikki's advice was. She was sharing with whomever it was that she was imparting knowledge on. So welcome back. I am Nakia, and I have a great By Mind Prosperity blaster for you on this week. So, space for enjoyment. Make a generous amount of space in your life for enjoyment of your life. I want to make sure you get that. Make a generous amount of space in your life for enjoyment of your life. The more you enjoy life, the more you have to give to it. The more you have to give to it. Fulfill your responsibilities. Honor your obligations to others. And make sure to also give plenty of good, enjoyable living to yourself. When you enjoy the world, you become highly effective at making good things happen. A whole lot of frustrated, worried, like I'm mad as a hell. Enjoy the moment, the situation, the work, the play. Sincerely enjoy and freely to all those around you. You experience enjoyment. I do. To all those with whom you contact. I owe it to all those with whom I come in contact. Open myself. Allow myself to enjoy. Open yourself. Allow yourself to enjoy. With a perspective regularly refreshed by enjoyment, there is much you can do. Wow. Y'all have no idea of the impact that made on me. And what I see myself is that the fight that I have been fighting is not real. It's not true. It's not real. I simply have to take the actions and make the decisions necessary in order to enjoy my life to the fullest degree. I've been creating and putting things in action and taking steps and growing and prospering and building. But there was still something there that was blocking me. And I'm starting to gradually more and more see things clearly. And so I had to open myself and allow myself to enjoy. Because my persistent complaint has been, I'm not living, I'm not enjoying life to the fullest capacity. Why? And I've stopped myself. Whoa. Okay. So for the word, let's categories: relationships, health, spiritual, wealth. See, I do the work with y'all.
It's never one-sided. Under each category, write 3 situations where creating a space for enjoyment would make a difference. Relationships, woohoo! Health, yeah. Wealth, and spiritual, absolutely. Under each situation, being present to any strategies, write what there is about that strategy that is keeping you from creating a space for enjoyment. What conversations can you create that would bring a space for enjoyment to the situation? Okay, I'm going to give you a hint, okay? So look at forgiveness, possibility, freedom, or love as it relates to relationships, health, spiritual, and wealth. Keep the daily laws or post daily on Facebook any results or insights, and please share with the Prosperous Divas. We love you so much, and we honor you, and we thank you so much for your sharing and inspiration and sincere thoughts and authenticity, because it helps us know that where we're going in the path we're on is being impactful on the lives of others, whether we know you or don't. And we thank you so much for just the acknowledgement and the presence of being here with us. So, structures for existence. One way we know to keep relationships alive is to stay in the conversation. And we have a couple of ways for you to do that. One, by being at our next session, which is Living Wealthy, Relationships to a New Day, which will be Sunday, September 17th from 5 to 6:30 p.m. And I just want to say, please join us. And I also want to, just put the word out there. My birthday is September 16th, so I'm just saying. I'll be 42 years young. And also by visiting prosperousdivas.com and receiving our free 4-part series, Recognizing Winning Conversations That No Longer Work. Visiting prosperousdivas.com and receiving Diva Inspiration, a weekly newsletter with insights into the world of prosperous thinking from Diva Nikki and myself, Diva Nikia. Also visiting us on Facebook and posting facebook.com/prosperousdivas. Diva Nikki, my love, please share how people can contact you in any events you want people to join you at. Nikki.
We were having a bit of some technical difficulties with Diva Nikki, so
Okay.
All right, but we thank her for all her hard work this evening, and really for everything that she shared. And you can, so we'll get her taken care of. All right.
Absolutely, all of her contributions. And timeforyou.com. And you can also check me out on LinkedIn and Facebook. Don't do much Instagram. However, definitely go to the website, appointingtimeforyou.com. I'm considering some pictures and hope to get things organized, coordinated, and updated soon so I can cue you in and let you know what's going on and you can further support. For more information about workshops and seminars, visit us at prosperousdivas.com. Tonight's Prosperous Divas are myself, Nikia Franklin, appointingtimeforyou.com, and of course my girl Nikki at BizSolutions.com, and the diva of the hour, Mr. Ronnie D, for stepping in and holding it down as always. Old Grumpy Radio. Please enjoy another selection from the wonderful, beautiful Shani, the original Sunshine Princess of Poetry. And remember, prosperous deeds, prosperity is a mindset that can be created by anyone. Peace and blessings. We're out.
Call me sport and make me laugh. Seen enough of my past to last 10 lifetimes. So I don't just survive through it. I'm living life. That's why my smile still shines so bright. Yes, I love the attention. And my body is craving for your affection. So what are you going to do? Put in work or lead me to flirt? 'Cause I can still pull them both ways. Playing with me still fun on any given day. Enjoying life. So come, sip on my forever and dine on my affinity. Are you ready for me? The sweet, warm smell of happy, leaving footprints or life-size imprints in the sands of time. Go ahead. Call me sport and make me laugh. They say that it's good for the soul. Finding joy that was meant for me. No longer wasting time on past we. Hearing pleasures whispered to me. Taking changes gracefully. Touching happiness daily. Letting go of yesterday so I can grab tomorrow with both hands. And it's good. It gets better. Greater than your wildest dreams. You know that I know you smile when you think of me. So go ahead. Call me sport and make me laugh. Release the waves of intentions. Let me walk your mountains of dedication. Do you see me? Feel me. Falling on the wings of satisfaction. Recalling your reaction to my smile. To my smile. Yeah. My smile. I love it when you make me laugh so hard I can't breathe, and I feel that way when you kiss me, gently but still aggressively. The truth is, you spoil me. You give me what I need, and sometimes I fiend. I want you my way. I want you my way. So go ahead. Call me sport and make me laugh, and we can still enjoy it while it lasts.